Hey, Rayna. Hey, Rayna. Thank you so very much for joining me to tell me and to tell our community a little bit more about your experience regarding the Black Life Insurance Agents of America community. My name is Stacey O'Daniel, and I am the founder of the Virtual Agent Method inside of Financial Motivations Consulting and Insurance Services. And so I've been doing a series talking to some of my members in our group coaching program about their experience. It is a 1 year program, 1 year commitment, but we've been here about 4 or 5 months, and I wanted to tell some of the newbies to our community or the newbies to my brand about your experience in this few months and how much your personal and your professional changes have affected you, your finances, your confidence, just all around. So first, I want you to tell me who you are and what made you become an insurance agent. Then we're going to go into about 4 different questions. It's going to be very informal and conversational. So go right ahead, Raina.
Hi, my name is Rayna Jones. I am a life insurance agent. I've been in the business for maybe about 4 years, a little bit more. Until then, I kind of was just learning the business, just getting a feel for the business, learning all of the ins and out of my products, and learning how to grow as an insurance agent, as an entrepreneur. So currently what I'm doing is I'm transitioning from being a full-time early childhood educator to a full-time life insurance agent. And of course, I want to take that business totally virtual so that it is totally automated and virtual, and I just do the business and get in and out. So I have grown children, so this works perfectly with me. I can do this anywhere. And it has been a blessing so far.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are grateful to have your energy, your experience, and your passion and thirst. You know what I mean? Educate. We work for two different types of models when it comes to life insurance, and that's perfectly fine because as long as we're helping our community, I'm excited about anybody's desire to serve, and I'm here to help you. That's why I created the Fix My Broken Virtual Life Insurance business, so we don't have to hustle and bustle, dialing for dollars, and knowing our friends and family, door knocking, unless we want to. But we can use the tools and the social strategies to do the same thing, but have some relaxation and some increased revenue, and some inbox and some deposits all throughout the week instead of just waiting. And so, but this is the thing, though. You've taught me in the time that we've been together some of the things I didn't know about your company. So I'm glad to just emphasize that we welcome all members, no matter what your background is, if you or what you're focused on. As long as you have a life license and you want to help your community to grow and protect their money, or to secure their income or their future or their finances or their legacy, using life insurance as a powerful wealth building tool, then we welcome you. You suggest that you have sold at least 5 policies before you come to the community. That's pretty much the only stipulation. So there is an application process because we do have a great synergy. It's not for anyone. It's a whole vibe. But anyway, the question that I want to ask you, Reina, about you and your experience. The first one is, I did just give a little bit of background on what I think the ideal agent will be for like some of the specifics, but I want to know from you, from your opinion, what type of agent do you think will thrive on the virtual agent method and the way we connect with the community and the chat and the sessions? What type of agent do you think will thrive in our environment?
Oh, that's a great question. First of all, I think you 3 different agents will survive. Okay, so you got to look at your newbies starting out. They don't have a plan, they don't have a strategy, they don't know how they're going to get leads, they don't want to call all their friends and family, and they need some guidance. So this is a perfect place for them to develop from beginning to end a business plan, to understand what type of person they are, what type of agent they want to be, and how to get leads, unlimited amount of leads, easily coming right to their mailbox. The second would be your midpoint agent, someone maybe just like me. I had a little knowledge of the field. Maybe I've done a couple policies, but at the same token, I didn't have an inflow of leads. So I needed a strategy. I didn't even realize what type of agent I was. I just know I like to talk. So this helped me identify what type of person I was, what type of agent I wanted to be, and a good source to be able to get out into, and I'm going to say my community, but I'm going to say these social media streets, and find leads. And then also my seasoned agents, because I work with a lot of seasoned agents in my business that haven't converted to the social media um, area yet. So they are terrified of touching the social media arena. However, they have great knowledge, great information, and it would be such a loss to see them fizzle out because they're not able to expand their business or get leads, especially when we can't get out into the streets, we can't door knock, we can't go to people's houses. So I would say any agent in whatever stage of life they're in, as long as they're willing to give it a try, learn, and be open.
Absolutely. You said something key there. Be willing to learn because there's a lot that you learn by being a traditional agent. And there's a lot that you don't know. But also, there's a lot that you can learn about social media, which might be something completely different than what you were taught before. And a lot of times we one have that fear, and then two, we just have that cockiness. Like I've been in this for 25 years. I know how I've had that so many times. Like I'm not trying to take away from your knowledge. I just want to let you know that there's a lot of people that's having trouble shifting, making that pivot online because some of the same things that you used to do, that I used to do, been in the business since 2008, that work like gangbusters, does not work on social media. It just doesn't. There's some different layers and some different tweaks and some shifts. Kind of like when they teach you in boxing, you got to bob and weave. There's some different things you got to tweak just a little bit, you know what I mean, to get the same results. But it's not hard as long as you have that palette to receive, and you can be humble enough. I don't want to say I don't like the word because we need to not be passive and not stand up for the powerfulness that we have, the powerfulness for the power that we have in our license. But at the same time, we need to be able to learn. A leader the best leader learns how to receive as well. And so that's what I try to share with all you guys. It doesn't matter where you come from or how long you've been in a business. As long as you sold those 5 policies, you can learn how to blow up in these social media streets. And then there was something else that you mentioned that I totally just lost my thought, but that's okay. That about the 3 agents.
The, the newbie, the middle agent, and the seasoned agent that hasn't been on social media at all. And a mid agent like me who needed a strategy to keep those leads coming in. I think this program, it really helped me when we got to a certain point in this program.
So yeah, I don't know what that thought was, but that's okay. I actually like the way you broke those 3 agents down as well too. Okay, so the next question, maybe it'll come up later on, but our next question that I wanted to ask you about is, what were your personal aha moments? Because we're gonna do an aha moment in general, but personal reflection, being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, primarily is about how am I going to change from the inside? Coming from corporate America, what is it that I see that's inside of me that's self-sabotaging? How am I being in my own way? Because being an entrepreneur or working for ourselves don't mean I get to do what I want to do all day long and expect money to just come flooding in. You know what I'm saying? But that's a hard uh realization about
Yeah.
ourselves. So tell me what's some of your self-reflection, because we have the community guys, we got a chat, we have which is you talk about just daily day things, and we have our group session, we have office hours, all of that to give us the chance to never feel like we're alone as we're learning these things, and we can share and be vulnerable and ask questions. But as we're doing that and learning about life insurance, we're actually learning about ourselves, because somebody else would say something, you like, you know what, I'm having that same problem too. I want you to tell me, Raina, what are some self-reflection moments for yourself?
Oh, great. What the biggest one that came out, and me and you have talked a lot about this, is just I didn't have a plan. I knew that I needed leads. I knew that I had gone all these different sources, all these different gurus. I've gone to company events because I am a captive agent, even though you have independent agents in your group. But that's just how my agency is set up.
Mhm.
But I was getting all of these different bits and pieces like a puzzle, and I didn't know how to put them together. So what happened was the biggest thing was that I needed a plan. And then not only did I need a plan, I needed a duplicatable plan. How was I going to get from A to Z? And how was I going to put all these pieces together? Because at the time, and you say this all the time, which I think is the best advice, that I'm always throwing stuff against the wall and hoping something sticks. And that's what I have been doing for the last year, throwing a ton of things at the wall, hoping that something sticks. Well, hardly any of it stuck. So now I needed to figure out how to put some adhesive on that stuff what wall to throw it at, and how to go back to the things that stuck and make it a sale. So that is exactly what I needed. And that was my biggest aha moment. The next biggest aha moment I had was, again, getting back to those puzzle pieces. I'm throwing them against the wall. And I'm like, there has to be a better way, because I'm creating, someone tells you need content. Someone says you need personal stuff. Someone says you need all these different components. But how do I keep them constant, consistent? How can I show up consistently? And when you're transitioning, unless some people have done this full time, they just went into it full time, but not everybody has. Some people are still working a full-time job, a 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong with that. And some people intend to totally continue to work their 9 to 5 and just do this part-time. Well, you need to have a strategy on how you can show up consistently and not bog yourself down every
It can
day.
be overwhelming.
Exactly. So I was there, I was overwhelmed. Exactly. So those right there is two of my biggest aha moments. My next one was realizing, and this is something I've struggled with throughout my life, is focus, time management, and organization. Those right there, they fall into the self-sabotage, right?
I do. We all have it, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's a whole module called foundation, because like, let me get them in everything that I had to go through. But yeah, go ahead.
No, if you look up self-sabotage, yes, that's me. I'm in there. You'll see my picture.
Yeah, I'm right next to you trying to photobomb.
I found that when I grew up, I found out that Reina actually stands for queen in Spanish. And I never knew what I was the queen of. Well, now I know.
Self-sabotaging, distraction, and shiny objects.
But I'm working through that. And you know what? It's been a godsend that I've actually been working through that. And I've gotten a lot. This program has caused me to be organized. It's causing me to reflect, refocus. And then I have a trainer that just comes in there and kind of gets in and say, hey, did you do that? Right. And calls you on it, you know. So that's where I'm at right now. So I would say those are my 3 biggest aha moments.
You know what? Because accountability is a thing. It's okay sometimes, as long as you know that person has your best interest in mind, to have somebody to kind of pull your coattail and like, hey, what are you doing? You know, I have seen you do this and this and this, but you said you want to do this and this and that. You did this and that's not gonna get you there, but you have the tools, you know what I'm saying? When are you gonna, you know what I mean? And you have been so graceful in receiving that. And sometimes you do it and sometimes you don't do it, but you'll come back and say, I didn't listen, and this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? So you are learning, you are sharing, and then you are implementing, and I see the growth, I see the trajectory. I'm so grateful to be a part of your journey. And some of the wins, so let's go into the next question. The next question is, I want to know, well, how do you feel about your virtual life insurance journey now compared to when you first started? Because you got some huge wins that I want you to share.
Well, you know what? That's a good question. And it took you to bring them out, because I didn't even realize they were wins until we talked about it. And every week your accountability is like, hey, did you do this? What did you win this week? And I go, wait a minute, I did win. And so since joining the program, I have been able to talk to more people online. I've been able to connect with more people online. I've actually gotten to spaces I had never gotten into before. I was a moderator for a Facebook group. I was a financial person for the group, and I was able to post unlimited. People were able to meet me, talk to me, respond to my posts, and I was able to interact with the group leader, well, the person that runs the Facebook group. And out of that, I was able to get 3 people. I was able to send them our financial video and give them an opportunity to introduce them to the company because they had questions about one of my posts. So I'm really excited about that. And due to whatever the Facebook group, the moderator, the person that runs it, invited me back for another week. So I'll be going back live in the Facebook group in about a week or 2. And I'm so excited. I've actually, that door opened up. And Another win that I've had is I've had people message me from other Facebook groups and have asked me. One lady this week asked me to join her group. I was already in there. So that means she had no visibility of me before. But
Mhm.
once I started following the program, the consistency that you had set up, that she saw me.
She's
She
starting to
saw what I
see.
was doing.
Mhm.
So that really kind of like, I was like, wow, this is happening.
But people are noticing you, so that's increased visibility, that's increased credibility because just because someone sees you, if they don't like what you're saying, if they don't like your energy, if they're not attracted to what you're doing, then they'll just keep on going. We scroll past so much on social media. So not only does she see you, not only does she invite you, she wants to put you in front of her trusted community and be a resource as well. So what did you just that's two groups since you've been doing it? And so then you got some local stuff, a local invitation for a sponsorship as well.
Oh,
Or yes, see?
yes. And this is someone, again, I met through social media following your steps. And that was someone locally. So I talked to them and they looked at of course, they check out your profile all the time. They
Yep.
check out your page. They see
So
what
we
you're
talk
doing.
about how to optimize your personal
Mhm.
page. Hmm.
So that's exactly what he did. And this company asked me to be a sponsor, that
So
they
he
would
wants to
want.
be affiliated with you. So not only are you building relationships online, you're also building relationships offline locally in order to enlarge your reach, help more people, and don't have to search for leads. It's just kind of coming to you.
Exactly.
How does
Exactly.
that
So that.
feel? How do you feel about the changes in your business? So, because we don't do anything major, major. The whole system is major, but little by little, there's small chunks. You know what I mean? It's small chunks and small chunks. You just got to do the homework, and then just it's compound interest, kind of like our wealth building programs and products that we talk about. But it's compound interest, and little by little, people are seeing it. You're feeling better. Your business landscape is changing. I just want to know, how do you feel about where you were and then where you are now in your virtual life insurance journey?
Wow. That's we don't have an hour, do we? Well, you know what? The program has really helped me find peace of mind. One,
Mhm.
because all the content that I thought I wanted to put out there, I didn't know how to organize. I know where it is. I know what I'm doing with it. It's made me show up and I feel a lot more professional. I feel like I am showing up as my best self. And it's given me a time to look at what I'm actually doing with my time and not saying getting through the weekend, it's Saturday, and you're like, what did I do all week? Because I have that scheduled out and I know that I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Lastly, it has helped me focus a little better on my business. I'm still working on that. And I still have a few more months in the program. And I hope to really get that where you hear about the 4-hour work days. And I really hope to get to that stage because I hope to have it automated and my systems in place that I'm just not working hours and hours with no focus, which is still wasted time.
It's
So
wasted time. And technically, to tell the truth, that's wasted money. So far, you know who your ideal client is. You know what type of agent you are. So therefore, you know what type of lead generating strategies that you should implement consistently and comfortably in order to get those people to respond. Clearly, that's working. The second half of the program is automating it all. So now we're going to
yes,
pre-qualify these leads. Get them on your appointment and confirm confirm them. Get them on your calendar. Confirm the appointment and make sure that they're primed and ready to close before you even meet. We're going to do that autopilot. So I would like for you to come back and give us a review or a conversation, an update. Now that we're halfway through on the end, it was such a great aha moments that everybody was sharing with me. I didn't want to wait to the end, so I want the new people to see. Man, I started to see huge results a few months in, and then I can see more results as we stay on because it's a 1 year commitment. All right, so we've gone through a lot of different things, and we can't tell them everything. They're just gonna have to join us. But I do want to give you a chance to share anything lastly that you feel like you haven't mentioned. If you have anything that will help the person that's on the fence, that's trying to decide whether or not they should join. Is this for me? Is it worth the investment? Is it for my business? What would you tell that person who's just not sure yet?
I would tell them any good thing comes to those who wait. And you may say that 1,000 times, but you don't here at yourself. And for me, I had to learn that. You are going out, we are spinning our wheels, spending our money, spending our time following 50 different gurus. When if we stop and follow one and follow it thoroughly to the end, then we can say, I tried that. I did that. Whether, and you will find success in it. You will find success in anything that you look for success in. I think that's the biggest thing. And for some people, money is a thing. But when you really look at where you're putting your dollars at, if you're door knocking, you're spending it in gas, you're spending it in flyers. You're For me, I bought an ad, which I was in a year commitment. I got not one call from that ad.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that
you
was
told
money.
me that. Yes.
And so those are things where you realize, wait a minute, stop. Let me talk to someone that's been there, done that, and see what I can do better. And things that Stacey told me, I'm like, no one told me that in the beginning to do those things. Maybe I could have profited from that ad, but I didn't have someone to talk to. Those gurus that were talking, I didn't have their ear, and they didn't want to know me. So they just wanted me to buy their book or e-class, versus having someone that wants to work document by document, PDF, Google Drive form every
That's the
class
vision
in
that we
marketing.
taking. Yes. We're right there together. We are in the trenches together. And I'm sharing my story and my experience. And I'm rooting you on. And so, okay, that's wonderful because you know what? I do realize that I'm not for everyone. And if someone's watching this and they realize, well, Stacey, I don't really want that. That's fine. That was great. That was a gem that you provided. Whoever they settle down with, make sure they focus and just really invest, allow themselves time and do the work and stop being scatterbrained. And I appreciate you saying it. Those of you guys who feel drawn, come on over, hit the link somewhere around here. We'd love to have you. There is an application process. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much, Rayna.
Thank you.